The focus for today's news: Sarawak TYT and wife breakfast with orphans. Sarawak Premier gives contributions to 100 students. 150 JKM recipients receive Aidilfitri contributions. Aisha Confinement Center, the first Halal confinement center in Kuching. Speed up approval of funds to build logging roads in Lubok, Antu. Government committed to develop rural areas. Good evening and Salam Sarawak Maju Makmur. This is Philip Yeoh and you are watching the UKAS News at 9. In conjunction with the month of Ramadan, the Sarawak Economic Development Corporation (SEDC) organized a ceremony to break fast and perform Maghrib, Ishak and Tarawih prayers with orphans of the Rumah Kanak-Kanak Datuk Ajibah Abol RKKDAA, Sri Amant and the Rumah Kanak-Kanak Tuh Puan Haja Nurkia RKKTPHN Kuching at a hotel in Kuching on Friday. A total of 91 orphans were celebrated at the ceremony, which was graced by His Excellency TYT, the Governor of Sarawak, Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi, Tuanku Jaafar and his wife, Tuh Puan Fauzia Muhammad Sanusi. Apart from playing its part for corporate social responsibility, the charity event was held to celebrate the blessed month of Ramadan, while also giving the opportunity for Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi and Tuh Puan Fauzia to care for the less fortunate. Earlier, the head of state and his wife presented Duit Raya donations to the children in an effort to help meet their basic needs. They also spent time with the orphans and also SEDC staff who were present before performing the Maghrib, Ishak and Tarawih prayers in congregation. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg handed over donations to 100 primary and secondary school students from the Petrajaya area at the Sarawak State Legislative Assembly Dunes building in Kuching on Friday. The donations are contributed by the Malaysian Government Servants, Welfare and Sports Council, Maksak Sarawak, under its Maksak Care Sincere Donation Program in conjunction with the month of Ramadan. It was also organized in conjunction with the breaking of fast ceremony with the Sarawak Premier and Sarawak civil servants. Maksak Women's Exco handed out cash assistance of 100 ringgit and a bath towel from the Maksak Cares Fund to each student, including a donation of dates and sarong from the Sarawak Premier's office. After handing over the donation, the Premier of Sarawak performed Ishak and Tarawih prayers with other civil servants. Earlier on, he broke fast before performing the Maghrib prayer and continued with dinner. In other news, a total of 150 people from the 4,524 recipients of the monthly welfare assistance from Kuching have received a cash contribution of 100 ringgit as well as hampers, which was distributed through the Majlis Sejambat Kasih Aidilfitri 2024 program in Kuching on Saturday. The brief ceremony held at the Darul Hana Mosque was graced by the Sarawak Minister for Women, Early Childhood and Community Wellbeing Development, Datuk Sri Fatimah Abdullah. During her speech, Datuk Sri Fatimah said that the program aims to lighten the financial burden as well as to bring some cheer to the recipients in preparation towards the upcoming Hari Raya Aidilfitri celebrations.
Itu adalah program signature Jabatan Kebajikan Masyarakat Sarawak. Maknanya, walaupun ada Jabatan Kebajikan Masyarakat di negeri-negeri lain, seluruh negeri ada Jabatan Kebajikan Masyarakat. Tetapi yang melaksanakan program Sejambat Kasih itu yang telah kita mulakan lebih daripada 20 tahun yang lalu. Jadi program itu adalah satu program untuk memberi bantuan kepada penerima bantuan bulanan Jabatan Kebajikan. Alhamdulillah kita dapat laksanakan setiap setiap tahun. Bukan saja untuk Hari Raya Aidilfitri, bahkan untuk kumpulan yang lain yang merayakan perayaan yang lain pula.
According to her, initiatives like this are proof that Sarawak has strong financial savings and income that continues to grow.
Jadi bila pendapatan negeri Sarawak steady, jadi apa yang diperoleh oleh kerajaan itu bolehlah diberi balik kepada rakyat. Dan ini satu cara untuk memberi balik pendapatan kerajaan negeri itu diberi balik kepada rakyat. Banyak cara lain. Di bawah Jabatan Kebajikan, bila kerajaan memberi kita peruntukan, ya, bila Tuan Haji ada banyak tok diperlukan, jadi kerajaan ada okey, kata kerajaan, sebab steady dari segi pendapatannya. Maka kita dapat dijalankan program seperti ini. InsyaAllah bukan saja tahun ini, ya, bukan, bahkan untuk tahun-tahun yang akan datang.
Earlier, Sarawak Deputy Minister for Utility and Telecommunication, Datuk Dr. Abdul Rahman Junaidi, said this welfare program should be held frequently, and he is proud if the Social Welfare Department JKM Sarawak choose to continue using the Darul Hana Mosque as a location to conduct such charitable activities.
Kementerian Pembangunan Wanita, Anak-anak dan Kesehatan Komuniti dibentuk untuk memastikan bahawa kemampuan rezeki yang Allah beri kepada negeri kita, kepada Sarawak itu, yang dapat diperolehi usaha kepimpinan kerajaan kita, terus dapat dinikmati oleh rakyat Sarawak secara keseluruhan dan seterusnya dapat meningkat kesejahteraan komuniti.
Recipients invited to attend the ceremony include elderly citizens, people with disabilities OKU, single parents, and dependent children. Meanwhile, Datuk Sri Fatimah also presented donations of wheelchairs to those in need. The award of the Halal certificate from the Islamic Development Department of Malaysia, JAKIM, to the Aisyah Confinement Centre will be able to increase the confidence of women seeking confinement services after childbirth, especially in the Muslim community. According to Sarawak Deputy Minister for Women, Early Childhood and Community Wellbeing Development, Datuk Rosie Yunus, this makes it the first confinement centre in Kuching to receive Halal certification. The centre took that step in 2023 before obtaining approval in February this year. She said with this approval, it is believed to be able to remove misgivings, especially in terms of food preparation.
Sebab bila ianya halal, the process that you have to go through daripada penyediaan, even penyediaan sabun mandi dan sebagainya, everything has got to be halal. Ya, so tak ada lagi lah rasa was-was, ya, ke atas penyediaan. What more to say on the makanan, ya. Jadi saya ingin.
She said this while speaking at the opening ceremony of the confinement center in Kuching on Saturday. Meanwhile, Datuk Rosie also suggested that the center should add services, namely postpartum services, including childcare.
I would suggest, if you can have. Kalau kita beli kereta, you talk about after sales service, kan? So why not here you can provide another aspect lagi after pantang. Service after pantang. Maknanya instead of anak ada si dihantar ke taska, kita terus mula servisnya di situ, continuation. Ya, boleh anaknya tinggal situ untuk dijaga. Ya, that is what we call service after pantang, ya.
A request for funding for the total of 187 million ringgit to build logging roads to the upper area of Batang Ai has been proposed in an effort to provide infrastructure facilities to ease the way for the surrounding communities to have access to roads. Sarawak Deputy Minister for International Trade, Industry and Investment, Datuk Dr. Malcolm Musin, Lamo hope this fund request can be approved immediately as this has become a priority for the locals in the area. He said this while speaking to officiate the reinstatement of the Public Works Department JKR office in Lubok, Antu on Friday. The reinstatement of the JKR Lubok Antu office has one clear goal, which is as an effort to provide road access to the 3,600 longhouses that are still not fully accessible by road. At the same time, Dr. Malcolm also informed that the allocation to upgrade the logging road from Sebeliau to Lemana has received approval from the government, whereby it will be implemented in the nearest time. On to developments in Lundu. The state government will continue with its efforts to enhance rural areas with continued development of infrastructure and utilities. According to OPAR Assemblyman Opar Billy Busujang, 2 road construction works have been approved, thus benefiting the residents of Kampong Kendai, which will be completed in 2026. He explained that with the approved cost of 72 million ringgit, the residents of Kampong Kendai travelling to Kuching will no longer have to travel a long distance.
Yang pertama, bila jembatan Selampit dibuat, serentak dengan itu kita akan buat satu jalan raya baru, jalan raya pintasan daripada Kendai terus ke Selampit, jalan raya baru. So sekarang ini dia ada satu pintasan connect dengan jembatan Selampit terus keluar di Bitokan. Jadi kos yang diluluskan sebanyak 72 juta. Yang itu memang akan dilaksanakan dalam masa terdekat. Satu lagi yang baru diluluskan baru-baru ini, sebenarnya jalan Kendai Sedaing ke Jalan Biawak, saya sudah luluskan di bawah JKCDS sebanyak 60 juta untuk dilaksanakan tahun ini. Bagaimanapun, diluluskan di peringkat KKDW sebanyak 77 juta akan dilaksanakan.
He said this while speaking at the ceremony for the submission of letter of approval for participation in the Native Customary Rights NCR Land Development Project at the Kampong Kendai Hall on Saturday. It is understood that a total of 741 participants have taken part in the project, which covers an area of 6,918 hectares in Kendai and Selampit. This project, involving 1,353 lots, has been implemented since 1st July 1997 and was undertaken by Rimbunan Sawit Berhad in cooperation with PJP Pelita Lundu Plantation Sendirian Berhad. Meanwhile, Billy added that the government will implement a clear water supply system from Jangkar directly to Kendai through Pasir Hulu at an approved cost of 1.5 million ringgit. And that's the English edition with me, Philip Yeoh. More news can be found in our official portal, ukas.sarawak.gov.my, and social media platforms including Facebook and YouTube. Let us conclude the bulletin today with a preview of the upcoming 21st Malaysia Games Sukma, which should be held in Sarawak later this year. Hashtag Saluran Informasi Rakyat. Have a good night.
Sukan yang